Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Muttlay Krew. Here we are on this lovely afternoon. I'm here with Carl, Cody. How we doing, lads? How we doing this cracking of a day?
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are here in
Sorry, I didn't catch you. Who was you?
My name's Jake, and we're here in the Game Room Boulevard, renewed, refreshed, fucking on point.
I don't know about you, Cody, but every time he says "my name's Jake," it's getting more. It sounds more and more orgasmic.
Orgasmic,
Yeah, doesn't it? By the end of it, it's just going to be one syllable. Just that's the way that it's going. It's just going to merge in.
I'll work on that because I didn't mind that sound. I'll work on that. Anyway,
talking to?
Sounds like him on a Friday night.
Yeah.
after a couple beer, couple joint, yeah, boy.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Anyway, we're here, the Mutts. We're here to discuss and dissect round 2, winners and losers of the Rugby League. And let's go through it, baby. Thursday night, the Broncos, they got back on the wagon and they scraped their way to a win over the biggest disappointment of the year so far, the Rabbits. Broncos, 28-18.
I know the night's pretty disappointing.
Anyway, we get to the Friday. The Sharks, 25, stick solid. They run their lines. They hit people in the head. And they topple the Dogs 6. The Premiers, Panthers, 26.
The reigning premier.
The reigning Premiers. That sounds better. I knew I was missing a word there.
Premiers.
The premiers.
Panthers, 26. Remind everyone who they fucking are and who the Kings of the West are, beating a very solid Eels, 18. Top of the ladder.
Top of the Raiders. Top of the morning to you.
ladder Raiders. What? What the fuck? 32. Dismantle the worrying same old Tigers, 12. The bullshit lucky Cowboys, 21. Win
They win that in regular time if Holmes can kick goals.
Win the first Golden Point game of 24 NRL season against the rookies Newcastle, 20.
I'm loving this.
This just shows up that this show is not scripted. It's all off the dome.
Who this slow start of the season, it's going to haunt them. It's just going to... The Wild Melbourne Storm, 30, scored 12 points in the last 4 minutes, including one of the most amazing tries you'll ever see. And I think they've beaten the best losers of the year so far, the Warriors, 26. They haven't won a game yet, boys.
I didn't know what losers meant.
But they're the best losers, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I hate to say it, but the mighty Manly Sea Eagles, 21, get a really good win over a Roosters team who are looking interesting.
I
just
find that very disrespectful.
24.
Because he's given an analogy or an adjective to every single team, and then he just goes, "Oh, Roosters team."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Roosters team.
Again, it's the Roosters. He's got no interest.
He's run out of long words that he knows.
The photosynthesis Roosters.
Then the Dolphins, 38 points. They fucking put their fin back up the right way and absolutely humble the Dragons from their good performance last week to fucking disappearing. Who are we? 0. Shut down.
What are these
Shut down.
analogies that turn their fin back upside down?
That's what he was working on for the last half hour.
So there it was, boys. That is
One
round
remote of the
2 of the Rugby League.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
And that leads us with a nice little ladder. What do we got, boys? We got 6 teams, 2 wins?
No idea, mate.
Yeah, no, that's all you, bud.
Yeah, 6 wins with 2 wins.
6 wins with 2 wins.
6 teams with 2 wins. 5 teams who have not got a win yet with 0 points. And the rest in the middle. Imagine that.
Well, there's a nice little sandwich there.
Well, you've painted an absolute fucking beautiful picture there.
I thought I did.
Yep.
Where are the Tigers sitting, mate?
12th. Not 9th
not a
anymore.
9th.
They've lost it.
Spewing.
Anyway, so yes, that's the summary of the week. Now let's get into it, boys. Who wants to start off? Who wants to start off?
How do we go with their tips, though?
Oh, that's right. We're going to talk about tips from last week.
Yeah, pair of losers over there.
Old fucking...
In hindsight, I'm pretty happy. I turned it back up. I got above average with a nice 5 out of 8 this week. So I'm
Real good.
I'm happy with that.
It's better than your last week's attempt.
Thank
I suppose.
exactly.
If he got worse than last week's attempt, he's out of the...
Then I was
already.
done. Then I was
Yeah,
giving up on tipping
struggling.
already.
Yeah, so Jake, another rubbish round with 5 out of 8. I was not much better. I was looking real good till Sunday. Sunday fucked me. I was 5 of 6, and I went 0-2 on Sunday, so I ended up 5 of 8.
And
So
the only
you
reason
called
went
my
Dragons.
tip week rubbish, and yours was better when you got the same as me.
No, I didn't say mine was better.
You didn't say it was rubbish though.
Oh,
But we got the same, you fucking idiot.
I thought
You
that
didn't
was
use all the same adjectives for all of your team announcements either.
yeah.
But he used a
And did you
Calm
take
down.
the Dolphins or the Dragons?
Dolphins, mate.
Yeah, and the only reason Kyle took the Dragons was because we both took the Dolphins,
Yep.
which was a
It's his fault.
It was a fuck you to you two, but I ended up
Yeah.
getting fucked.
Oh,
So-
yeah. No, I think the Dragons got fucked.
Yeah, but in the long run, the Dragons fucked me. And then old fuckface across the table from me, Cody,
let's go.
a cheeky 7 out of 8.
And the
So
only thing
you
that fucked
lead-
me was the Eels.
You lead the comp
Should be
with
smoking yous.
11 out of 16.
Should be smoking yous.
I'm second with 9 out of 16, so you're 2 on me, and then I'm 2 on Jake, so you're 4 on Jake.
Oh, did we get the same first week?
Yep,
Oh,
you and I were
thought
tied
had you
after
by
the first
one.
week. No,
yeah,
no.
right.
Yep. So yeah, that's how it stands.
Takes an outstanding lead there. Bloody hell.
And now all we had to do was tip the 3-time premiers, and you would have got a perfect round.
I know.
What a rookie!
I went against.
Nah. No, you went with
history.
history, unfortunately.
Should have tipped with my head. Who would have thought? I don't think the Panthers have lost back-to-back games in
A while.
4
Since-
years. I think
Yeah, 2020, I think.
haven't lost back-to-back games, so I should have known better.
Hmm.
Are you okay with that stat?
I just thought they had a feeling they lost.
You thought they had a feeling.
Thought they lost the first 2 games last year.
No,
No, okay.
no Premier's ever done that.
Wow, that's a good stat. I like that stat.
They the Panthers have only lost like 7 games in the last 4 years or something ridiculous.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just know they started real
Dumb.
slow last year, so I thought they lost.
So
the
Stephen
first two.
Crichton's almost doubled his career losses in the first with the Bulldogs.
That's what they said. Yeah, this year he could lose more games than he has for the Panthers in the last 4.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You love to see it, really.
Fucking oath.
Anyway, boys, let's get into some winners and losers.
We'll start off with you, Jake, because I hear Kyle's got some fucking pent up emotion that he wants to let out. So
Okay,
we'll never get off him if we don't start.
I'll start off with a winner. I don't really want to start off with my weird winner, so I'll start off with my pure winner. And for me, it'll make some sense when
He's
I
got
get
weird
there.
winners,
I've got a weird winner, but
best losers.
my
Pure
pure
winner.
My pure winner this week is the Dolphins, man. They just
Okay.
really, they just, I just want to emphasize that the Dolphins, they really shocked me, and I think they've shocked a lot of people with how good they absolutely looked on yesterday. They absolutely pants the Dragons, and I don't think anyone saw that. I think a lot of people tipped them thinking they might win gritty, but they absolutely dominated the Dragons. And I just want to shout out Katoa. He was back in the team, and he looked really good. And he has a bit of pressure because the Dolphins picked him. They identified him young, thinking he could be a player that could be a great halfback. And if he plays like that and keeps getting better from that, I think he could be. And he looked really good.
We thought they pulled the trigger too soon on
Mm.
making a few changes. Like I was bagging it out last week, going shit after one round. Is that too early? And they've absolutely made me look like an idiot.
Well,
Old Bennett still got some tricks up his sleeve.
how many NRL games have you coached?
Yeah, well,
like me and Kyle said about that, some of those changes they made, we thought they should have had them last week. Like I think Aiken should have been in the team no matter what, etc. What? Averillo? Sorry, I was
Jared
missing
Wallace,
one.
Averillo.
Jared Willow,
When you've got
yeah.
nothing else to add, you just go, etc.
yeah,
Etc.
yeah. I've run out
I
of
just-
examples.
etc.
But then you guys
All
brought
of
it
those
up.
Examples, Kyle,
you know,
etc.
Averillo, Wallace back in the team, which we thought should have been the first team. And yeah, fucking hammer. He looked really good. And it sounds like big old Wayno had a little chat with him over the week. Gave him a little rocket and fuck, it looked like it worked because he was on. He was
young
on.
Plath. Young Plath
And
goes
then-
right. Got a bit of ticker
yeah.
to him.
Definitely mentioned Plath. He looks really good. He played halves all through his juniors, but it looks like Wayne was like, I just want you on my team. You can play benchy, you can play lock, you can play
Come on and played hooker there for
hooker.
a while.
I just want you on my
And
team.
Marshall King
You
was
can
off
be
for 15,
you can be our Jamin Salmon.
but better. Off less games.
I'm seeing a little bit of like Kirk Gilly vibes, stuff like that.
All right, don't spray the man like that.
Hey?
Wow, that is.
Oh
so...
yeah, I wish nothing more than for him to captain a team from the bench. Yeah, you're the captain, you're the spiritual leader, but you're not good enough to make the starting side, buddy.
Yeah, I'm an NRL captain. Oh yeah, which team? Of which team? The Knights.
Yeah.
What a shock that went that way.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm the captain of New South Wales, coming off the bench. Cheers, guys.
And I think it's even better win that they have the bye now, so they can take that. If they lost that game, going none into a bye would have been a bit, not great, but a good win into a bye. They can really reflect on that. Their completion rate was 92%. It was really good. How bad was the team version? Who knows? But I think the Dolphins, they just had that really great win. And I'm really, really impressed
Let's not talk about how bad the Dragons are. How bad are the Titans? That team that the Dolphins just beat pumped the Titans. Like, fair income.
So, yeah, that's my first winner of the week, and that is the Dolphins. Shout out to the Phins. The Phins are back up. They're flying.
I did say in the last episode to not get on the Dragons' dick just yet because they've been an under-strength Titans
I was never on them.
I'm talking to Jake.
Yeah, I was never on them.
Yeah.
I wanted them to lose last week. They did it to prove a point, and now they'll lose every game from here.
But I do agree the Dolphins looked all right. And I didn't think there was too many panic stations. It was round one, and you can't really read into too much of round one for some teams. Obviously, the Knights are a bit more consistent.
They were just showing up to each other, even right down until, I think it was the 79th minute when the Dragons had a chance to score a consolidation try in the corner, and Hammers just come across, bumped the ball out.
Bumped Tyrell.
Right on the buzzer. And God, did he let the crowd and everyone know about it. That's what it is, showing up for your mates right up until that 80th minute, putting that effort in.
So I'll quickly jump on a winner before I spend most of my time on a loser. I didn't actually have a lot of winners from this week because it just, nothing really stood out for me. So my winner for this week, pure winner, is the Gold Coast Titans. They were able to bounce back and get 2 competition points after they looked absolutely terrible last week. But for them to turn it around and get the 2 points this week.
They were looking a bit troublesome there for a moment. But
the first half, they weren't there.
Come away with the 2.
It was good. So, yeah, my pure winner for this week is the Gold Coast Titans.
You love to see it. Yeah, fucking love to see it.
Sorry, Gold Coast fans out there. Shit chat, eh?
Yeah, well, while we're on the winners, I'm gonna jump on the ladder leading Raiders, and just the form they're in. I know they versed the Tigers, and they've got a few growing pains. They, new coach in.
Well, they have had one of the easiest draws to start the season. They versed Knights first week, Tigers second week,
but first time they've been leading the comp since 2005, and they went last year. Their biggest win was 10 points, maybe. Yeah, everything was about 4 or 6 points, and they've come out this year and gone bang, bang, 2 13 plus. 2 13 pluses. They've been looking good. They've just been playing. There's nothing flashy. They've just been playing football. They've just been grinding them down, playing through the middle. The ones like Rapana and stuff, turning back the clock, playing real good. Timiko's carving up. And I think they've still got that team there that's leading the comp. They've still got Horsburgh to come back. They've still got Whitehead to come back. They've still got some good, decent football players to come back into that side as well. And they've got ones like Hoskins really relishing getting that, at least until Whitehead comes back, but getting that back row spot, that starting spot. A couple of tries off kicks. Seems a good kicking target. Last week he scored a try off kick, this week as well.
Yeah.
So he's looking really good. But the Raiders, just as a whole, they've really just taken everyone, writing them off.
Yeah, well, I had them winning 3 games all season, and they've won 2. So, and I had them winning the spoon.
This will be first after round 10. We'll all be wrong on that one too.
It's not like us to be wrong on things.
Yeah, we're normally
quite unusual.
Tip masters.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree there with you, Cody. The Raiders definitely very, very surprising and definitely big winners. And yeah, like you said, they've just been playing really good football. They're just playing good completion rates. They're looking good. There's definitely the young fella's best game. What's his name? Number 6. Fucking.
Oh yeah, he killed it. He
slipped me. He's got a sick name too.
Strange.
Why can I not remember his name? Thank you, Strange.
He's looking like the dominant half.
I was really worried that first game he just looked out of place. He got really targeted in defense from Tyson Frizzell and Dane Gagai, but that doesn't surprise me. But this game he actually did some attacking things, looked really good, and yeah, I'm really happy for him. And he looks like he'll be there for the rest of the year if no injuries go. And yeah, just bringing 2 massive forwards back in their forwards, which are already crazy. That Morgan Smithies, he looks like a great buy, and yeah, I love it.
Morgan Smithies will probably go back to the bench.
I hope not, but maybe.
Well, I don't think he's going to force out Bra.
I know, but after Ricky Short, it sounds like he wants him as his lock, and they're going to put Bra at front row, but we'll see what happens.
So I don't mind that if you've got Big Red at front row.
Yeah, but then Papali'i, he doesn't really bring much off the bench as like explosive.
So yeah, some nice positive pures there, and whatever Kyle talked about.
No, I've got a real one.
Okay, thank
I've got
you.
a real one.
Here we go. Come on, strap yourselves in here.
So the winner for me is actually Lukey Brooks this week.
Hey, bomb that try.
He is absolutely just doing exactly what I thought he was going to do in this Manly team, being the 5'8" to Cherry Evans. And with the amount of criticism he's copped over his career, it's really good to see him actually having a crack and actually starting to put a good couple of performances together, and hopefully he continues it for the season. Obviously, whatever he's cooking on that barbecue that the Tigers gave him is working. So he's also bombed 2 tries now.
I was going to say one tip for him. It's 3 tries now. I'll give him one tip. He needs to work on his dives into the corner. His foot slightly went out there when he dove in.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It was a great effort, hooking around, big dive, one-handed put down.
So, he has scored one. He could have had 4 tries in 2 weeks.
He's given himself all the opportunities.
Yeah, he stood out, dropped 2 over the line and scored 1. So, but he just is running the ball hard and he's looking lightning quick, and then he's just offering up those options outside him as well.
You can just see how much pressure's been taken off him to just play his game now. He doesn't have to worry about the world being on his shoulders.
Yeah.
All the criticism now is probably gone. He's going to get a bit more praise. He's probably not going to know what to do with it.
And then now that he's in a team that has got someone like Cherry Evans and Trebojevic and all those bigger names, the spotlight's not on him. He doesn't have to worry about all that. So big props to Lukey Brooks. He's looking really good to start the season. So he
just looks fit and loving football again. Like, he just looks so happy being able to just fucking run, grab the ball, run, pass, kick. He's having a good time.
They say change is just as good as a holiday.
And I hate seeing fun-looking cool blokes playing for Manly. I fucking hate it.
Fun-looking cool blokes.
And I just feel like they got
boys.
I feel like they got a lot of them, but it's still Manly. I just hate it. Can we change the name? Bring back the Northern Eagles. That might have been better, but no.
It's still the same team, mate.
No, it's not. I scrapped it.
Like, if you just rename the Sea Eagles, it's still the Sea Eagles. They just got a different name.
No, it was the Northern Eagles. No Sea Eagles in there, just Eagles.
So is it? Have you got a thing against the club or just their name?
Both.
Okay, you make sense. All right, we moving on from that then?
Yeah, let's get a bit negative.
Take the piss out of the Knights.
Oh,
well, I don't think anyone.
I did it last week, so I thought it was your turn this week.
I don't think anyone had them losers this week because they lost by 1 point.
I'd have them as losers. They don't know how to play football, mate.
Oh, I might not have the Knights as losers, but I'd have Kalyn Ponga.
Oh, absolutely.
My fuckers then. I'll double down. I'll put my team as a loser again this round because I'm very disappointed. We can't be losing games like this early in the season. It's going to haunt us. We're 0-2 now. This game, we were the better team. The Cowboys were not great. They were pretty bad all game. Newcastle were up by 8 and then took a penalty goal to go up by 10. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. We could have just kept attacking. We might have scored a try. Kalyn Ponga probably would have scored.
Classic by Saifidi. Puts in that big hit to force the mistake to get the penalty or the try or whatever to extend the lead. And then off the ensuing kickoff, drops the ball first tackle, just gives Cowboys straight back into it. Like, the amount of mistakes they were making
and just
to allow the Cowboys to attack.
Schoolboy errors too. Like Kalyn Ponga's one where they put the kick down, it bounced, and like he was running onto it, but he wasn't looking at the ball. He was running it where he was going to run to.
Yeah, what the hell was that? He just dropped that. That was soft.
And to concede 2 tries in the first 5 minutes of the second half, that just means we just slept a little bit too long. We didn't show up straight away. Just dumb.
That last try where they put the kick through to Nanai.
Dumb.
There was no fullback in the picture at all.
There was no one in the
there was
fucking
no
picture.
One. I thought it was too early. When he went to kick it, I was like, whoa, you still got like 2 tackles. And then he put it through and there was no one within QE. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's just so annoying because we actually looked like we played better other than being dumb, but our forwards actually they ripped in much more than last week. Brad and Best looked really good. Hastings actually looks pretty good, but then just dumb.
Maybe you should try with Cogger. I don't know.
I think
maybe Cogger's an option.
I think
he did look good coming off the bench.
Yeah, but he'll look better.
He on and played well.
I think
he made a couple errors at hooker, but again, hooker's not his position.
I think when Brayley comes, when he's fit again, he gets a spot no matter what. So I think that's going to have to make Adam O'Brien make some changes, and I think it's going to be Cogger into the starting lineup and
I feel Adam O'Brien is still going to run with him. and Cogger's going to fall out of that team.
I don't know.
Because Brayley will go back to the 9.
Yeah.
Crossland will go to the 14.
Yeah, and I think it's going to...
And Cogger's going to drop out.
I reckon they'll go gamble out. If we keep losing, it's going to have that chance to do it. But yeah, again, in hindsight, Kai Pearce-Paul looked really good. Played good 80 minutes. He looks like he can stick it in NRL, which is a good sign. Adam Elliott, he played so much better. Like, he got 2 tries, but he just looked like he played well in this game. But yeah, it's Kalyn
Shout out to
Ponga.
Big Hedrington with the try assist, looking like a hooker from way back.
But and I'm confident.
Held up the ball nicely, threw it through, thread the needle, try time.
I'm confident some shit, but I think, yeah, it's Kalyn Ponga. He needs to stand up. He needs to be that Dally M. He needs to be the best player. He needs to be the captain. And
He's thinking he only needs to play 10 good games. That's all he's thinking about.
But he's looking
I'm really distraught, though, because all the talk and
distraught. Wow, that's...
Damn.
I am. All pre-season.
Keeps picking him for a try every week.
All pre-season, it was how good Ponga's looking pre-season. He's looking fit. He's got a dog. He's got a missus.
He sat out of the All-Stars, concentrated on footy.
And I don't know, he's not looking... Maybe he's looking a little unfit, like he just wasn't
Maybe
there.
the pressure of trying to get back into the Queensland team's just on him a little bit.
Who the fuck cares about that? You're playing for Newcastle, mate. You're the captain. Fuck Queensland.
No, he said he wants to get
Show
back
up.
in the Queensland team.
Win some games for
He's
us.
flat out in
I
the
was
nice
about to
team.
say that, though. He does look like he's a step off, fitness-wise. Like, because that try to Nanai, like, not only was he not in position, but it looked like he had no energy to even try and get across.
He just and some of his errors, like that one off the kick when he just dropped it. Last week he's doing random like bat-ons that he doesn't normally do. Like he's normally a catch and pass. Like it was just it's been pretty poor from him.
But anyway, that's it. And he's going to score 2 tries this week.
Jesus Christ.
Who have they got this week?
That's the problem too. We got Storm this week, and then we got the Warriors. So we got 2 really tough games.
0-4 to start the year, eh?
We're playing at home this week against Storm. I don't want to say must win, but
I hope it's not on a Thursday.
fuck. No, it's a Sunday afternoon. I'm feeling better about that. But I don't want to say must win, but it's close to a must win game.
Yeah, you got no chance.
Ponga score Newcastle 13 plus. Let's go.
The Knights just got to, boys, we can win in the last 13 of the season. Don't stress. We've got plenty of time.
Anyway, so yes.
I reckon they should get rid of their fullback.
Yeah, put him in reserve grade.
Yeah. Give
Any
him a
other
couple of
losers
weeks
this
to
week?
sort
Well, are we making a trend of this? My Newcastle team is my loser of the week. Kyle, you want to start off with your loser this week? Or you want to leave it to last?
No. Because I've got another loser as well.
I was going to say, I love this point when my team actually won, so I just get to sit back and watch you guys implode on how bad your teams were.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do have another loser, but I can get to them at the end because I've got a lot of passion and pent up rage for this team.
I can't wait for it.
So, I left.
I want to hear it too because I don't give a fuck about the Roosters. I don't even know.
I know you don't. You're already on your phone. So, left cricket. I was watching the second grade boys playing and I was like, got to get home. I've got to watch the Roosters. Right?
I was happy Wong played. Got me points.
Are you going to let me speak? All right. Now, I was so optimistic after how they played in Vegas. I was like, fuck, we've never looked that good round 1.
Jay's about to leave for work. I'll be back.
Standard. Anyway, the way the Roosters fucking played was disgusting. Like, Manly didn't play that great.
Across the park, you guys were a bit...
Manly didn't play that great. And the fact that we played that bad and still only allowed 3 tries.
I think it was at one point, I think after like 50 minutes, you only had like 35% of the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
so...
You were still there and amongst it. Every time you got down there, you were...
Everyone...
half decent.
A lot of the talk has been about that first try to Lachlan Croker and Trebojevic. I was kind of a bit mad about that at the start because there was penalties given so far this year for guys running through and just like throwing an arm up, trying to distract the catcher. That's been penalised.
There was a few in this game that weren't quite...
Yeah, but it was our boy Todd Smith fucking up iron.
Yeah, he's done good. Shout out Toddy Smith.
Anyway, and Tommy, he was going for the ball initially, but then made contact with Tedesco. I personally think that all year this has been a penalty. At the end of the day, though, the way that we played, we didn't deserve to win, and that didn't change. That call doesn't change the result. This is an absolute spray on the Roosters because Terrell May fucking played red hot. He looked great.
He played well.
Victor Radley
Tedesco played well.
Victor Radley played well. Tedesco practically put them on his back in attack. Everyone else, dog shit. Manu wasn't involved. Dom Young.
I reckon Tupou, can't give much blame to. He did what he could with what he could.
That bloke could not grab a ball inside his own 10 metres, though. Anyway,
Kiri, poor.
Kiri was the
poor.
worst player on our team.
Manu, poor.
Which is hard because he also did an all right job defending Olakau'atu. They sent Olakau'atu at him all day.
Dude, there was one. Well, there was multiple, but there was one that Olakau'atu got chopped down like a fucking tree, and I thought, holy shit, who's hit him? And then little Kiri crawls out from underneath. I was like, no way, he just made that tackle.
So defensively, I did rate Kiri. He did a good job for the most part. He missed his tackles, but he did his main thing in making solid first contact to allow the other boys to come in and help.
Mm.
On the attacking side of things, though, Kiri was by far our worst player. He made 3 errors, and all 3, one led directly to a try to the Sea Eagles. The other 2, one was when we scored after, I think it was after Dom Young went the length of the field, scored, and then we got a penalty off the next set, and then momentum was all with us, and then he does 3 dummies out the back and then just gets absolutely swamped by Olakau'atu and drops it. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
He just looked so out of it.
And then Dom Young, bringing the ball out of our own end, looked horrendous.
He kept running sideways.
And he wasn't running hard. So every time he hit the line, he then got pushed back 5.
Yeah, and then there was one, Tedesco's put the team on his back, and there was one where it went to Dom Young. He had a chance to just pump it up, and he just throws a big spiral to Teddy. Like, what, you don't think Teddy's already done enough, big fella? Just run it.
Oh,
I hated watching Dominic Young in that Roosters jersey, though. Especially his fucking tries he got. I'm like, oh my god.
Tries, he scored 1.
He scored 1
It was
off a breakaway.
Amazing. I was like,
Garrick almost got him.
Yeah.
that looks shit in that try jersey.
But they went back to the Roosters of last year. Couldn't hold the fucking footy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then they were just giving away dumb penalties. Like the one where they put the kick through and Tedesco was all over it. And then Sam Walker just deliberately stands in front of Tom Trbojevic. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was some pretty poor ones.
And again, the reffing was not great. Todd Smith probably needs to be reevaluated a little bit because there was bad calls going both ways. But man, the Roosters, luckily defensively, they're still, even though the first 5 minutes after half time, fuck me. I practically knew we lost then. We made 20 metres off our first set after half time. From the kickoff, we made 20 metres.
Well, I thought, yeah.
And then the resulting set after that for Manly, they scored. I was like, oh, shit. We're in trouble.
Even just from the start, when the Manly spread it off that very first set and immediately found space down your right-hand defence, I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day if they're just going to be spreading it back and forth.
And yeah, that, I don't know, because there was a moment in the game where we were only down by 8 points or whatever it was or whatever, and we made a spread and we had an overlap, but instead of Swiley catching the ball, drawing the player, finding Tupou on the outside, I don't know what the fuck he tried to do. He just tried to tap it onto Tupou, went over the sideline, 3rd tackle, and I was like...
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. No, well, see, I felt like that was 3 or 4 bad things in a row, because Victor Radley probably shouldn't have tipped it on because the person he was tipping it onto wasn't ready. Because you could tell, because he, as soon as he caught it, just spun and gave it to Kiri, who wasn't ready for it, wasn't thinking there was going to be this play. So then Kiri shuffled it on because he's thinking, I'm not going to get belted. And then Swaliti he's just gone, neither do I don't want it either, and just tried to shovel it to Tupou. I was like, that's a team that's in mad panic. For a team that was playing so bad and still so close on the scoreboard, it felt like they were panicking way too much for a team that only needed, 2 tries to get back in it, if that.
No, well, we only needed the 1 at one point there. Right. After Dom Young scored, that made it 18-14. They then got a penalty goal to make it the 6 points. And then for the most of that, we were still there. And I was like, what is...
And I felt like, too, for the most part, he's got dominated through the middle. And at one point, at the back end of the game, maybe 15 minutes left, you look on the bench and you had Terrell May and Waywera Hargraves sitting on the bench. I'm like, surely you'd want those two. I felt like that White got a fair few minutes.
He played 23 minutes, but he looked all right.
Yeah.
He'll drop out of the team once when Lenu comes back. But the only thing is, where without Lenu there and Hargraves, I think they missed a beat there because they changed Tyrrell May to the starting team, to the starting lineup. Yeah. I honestly think, because you're only going to get 20, maybe 30 minutes out of JWH,
and he doesn't,
in his age.
He doesn't bring that impact.
No, not anymore. So
but in the starting side, when everyone's fresh, he can provide some impact.
Yeah.
Because he's opposing and put you on the front foot. But when everyone's that little bit, he's not one to come on and add energy.
No.
He's sort of like just a one pace, smash him up.
So I think that Trent Robinson needs to revisit that and make JWH the starting prop. And then after 25 minutes or so, once the sting's taken out of the game and the middle forwards are a little tired, if you bring Terrell May in through then, he is just going to... And the thing is, Terrell May's got that big of a motor. When you sub him on after 25, 30 minutes, he's good for the rest of the game.
And Brandon Smith went back to not playing as many minutes as I thought. He only got 45, just over half. Sandon Smith got 40 minutes as well.
Yeah, I think
there was a long period there where I felt like, I don't know if he was going to be the difference or if he felt like Brandon Smith wasn't playing that good in his first stint, but he didn't come back on until like
10 minutes
10 minutes left. Like, I felt like they waited too long for that, even just in a ball running capacity, because he can bring some fucking energy off the bench through the middle. Like, whether or not you want to keep Sandon Smith at hooker, still got to get Brandon on there. Like, he just brings energy.
Yeah, so I think the Roosters just need to really look at what they're doing and just go back to fucking playing basic footy. Dead set. Like they were trying to spread it and earn. They were trying to play that expansive footy, and it's like you got to earn that. I'm like, you've just been camped inside your own fucking half for most of this game. I'm like, going straight spread is not going to work, and they just look terrible. But fuck the Roosters this week. Dead set.
I love watching you pair just hate on your own teams.
I'm just a realist, mate. When you play shit, you play shit. Like, if we played proper good and we still lost, well, then props to Manly. But dead set, we didn't play that good and we were still within it. I was like, it's so frustrating. Like, he wouldn't know because my team's actually good. It's so shit having a good team and watching them play like that, you know?
Oh, you love to see it.
I might have missed it, but did you actually talk about like the second row rotations and defense and...
Yeah, we've covered everything,
okay,
brother.
cool, because I was like really confused watching that in the game. But anyway.
Well, if you actually cared about the Roosters segment, mate, and stayed around.
Sorry, I care about my fiance and said goodbye to her before I go to work. Sorry, mate.
Did you tell her to leave at the time that the Rooster segment was on?
As soon as he brings up the Roosters, that's your mark to go.
Yeah, Jade's sitting in the lounge room going, "Oh, I heard the Roosters.
Yeah.
Hey, darling, I've got to go."
Yeah. She just sits in the car for 15 minutes before she has to actually leave.
Anyway, my other loser for the week. I don't know how to sum this up, and I don't really want to feel like I'm, but I just think the Bulldogs were a bit of a loser this week.
Sorry, Jade's just got back. We've got to go say hi.
The Bulldogs, the referees, they were very, very unlucky. And I just felt bad for them. They just seemed to get none of the good side of the stick or the side of the luck against the Sharks. Like, first of all, it started with the shot from Nikora. Kyle said it straight away. Kyle was like, he should be sent off. Sent off. And I sort of like, I disagreed a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. And then definitely in hindsight and review, he should have been sent off. He was forceful, direct hit. He should have been sent. So there was that. The unluckiness of the ref getting in the way of Kickout, who 98% of times he's scoring that try. It should have been a try. It was just that little rule, which sucks. So that happened. And if they got that try and converted, they would have been actually ahead of the game, which for the team...
That would have put them up 12-0.
For the team, for like a Bulldogs right now, any win or lead, I think, might change their fortune or just how they play for the rest of the game. And there was that. And then they lost their front row 4 in the first minute to a HIA. Like, that just sucks as well. So
15 seconds.
A lot of unluckiness and unluckiness for the Dogs. So I think they're a bit of a loser this week. And maybe the rest of that game too. But
I feel like not only were they unlucky, they were just pretty poor too.
Yeah, but I just feel like none of this helps them when they need the little bit of help at the moment. I don't really care.
I feel like you make your own luck, in a sense. But
maybe next week they should bring in some more utilities.
But I thought they also got fairly lucky too that Viliami Kickout didn't go for HIA.
Yeah.
I don't know how he cops an absolute shoulder to the head like he did. And Nikora 100% should have been sent.
Well, I don't understand.
If that doesn't make the category to be sent off, no one should be sent this season because that was late, it was high, and there was no attempt to wrap the arms.
The way, like I was talking to you before, like the way that the independent doctor decides on who has to come off for a HA, because the trainers go out there and they do their little assessments and whatnot, but sometimes they can be like, yeah, no, they're good, and literally 4 seconds later, the ref's like, you got to go. Like,
Pecora in that first week at Vegas.
Mm.
I was like, how the fuck did he pass?
Well, there was one old mate, I can't remember what game it was. He's taken the kick. Might have been Rapana. Old mate's come down, giving him a bit of a swinging arm, and it's hit him across the neck. And he's done the old lay down and gone, oh, poor me. Got the penalty. It's gone up high. And then he's gone off for a HIA. It's like, but you can clearly see it hits him in the neck.
Nah.
I know, I understand it's high. No, I know. But I'm like, but like you said, that can be HIA. He's been hit in the neck, but then Kikau gets smashed in the face. And then the Storm Warriors game, there was 2 separate head clashes, which is 2 heads coming together, and only one player from the head clash is being sent for the HIA. I'm like, if it's bad enough for one, it should be bad enough for both of them, which I find is strange. Like, what's their criteria on what they see? Like, I understand, like, you know, if they stumble or you see their eyes go or certain things, like watching bloody, I don't know how, what's his name? Jerry Marshall King passed his. God, he was rocked. That front on view when Hunt sort of half catches him, you just see him. He has no idea where he is.
Just on the HIAs though, they really need to crack down on blokes staying down for a penalty. 100%. If you stay down to get a penalty for a high tackle, if it's enough to keep you down, it's enough to take you for an assessment.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of blokes staying down to get a penalty, and then after they get it, takes the next fucking hit up.
There should be another one for the same as, like, what do you call it?
Don't agree with that. Take it.
Oh, I do, but just get used to it because I don't think they're going to be changed. They just can't change it. It's
same as like crusher tackles when they lay there and they like nothing worse. I love nothing more than when someone will stay down and they do all this stuff and then the ref just goes tackle 1, and they're like, huh? Or like they'll be laying there and they're like, thinking they're going to get a penalty, and they just go, someone else play the ball, tackle 3 over here, and they just move the whole thing and just play on. And old mate's laying there like he's all just milking it. I was almost thinking that the Cherry Evans field goal, I thought that might have got a couple more eyes on it because there was a player run through and got hit. I know. I was like, I don't know.
Lindsay Collins was playing that.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it and I was like, Lindsay Collins has like beeline straight for the defender, fallen over. Like he's the biggest unit on the field, takes a dive, and I was like, if they review that for that.
I was the same. I was like, I want them to overturn it.
How seriously are they taking this rule?
Yeah, as a Roosters fan, I'm like, I want them to overturn it, but I'm like, don't overturn that. That's just fucking bullshit.
Old mate was nowhere near it. Lindsay Collins I was like, if they've got to, come on, common sense, please. Because there's some of the calls over the weekend that the bunker's making. I'm like, what is?
Anyway, let's stop bagging the refs, boys. Let's keep it going. It's a hard job, I'm sure. Let's get a bit
refs.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get a bit positive.
I'm bagging the rules.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't realise this bloke was in the podcast.
Let's get a bit positive. Let's finish this wrap. Is there any more losers? Let's get if there's any more losers out on the board.
Just a quick
table,
one.
Get them out.
Just a quick one
out.
is I'm about to just
get
let me do it. The other one is just South. Dead sad.
We're just talking about the Roosters again. The big fella, leave us alone.
Yeah, I think that scoreline doesn't do that game justice. The Souths are probably lucky the Broncos aren't fully clicking in attack just yet, and that Brisbane also didn't come out for the first 10 minutes in that second half, because I watched that entire game obviously on Thursday night, and if you didn't have the scoreboard there and you couldn't see the score and just went off how they were playing, I would have 100% thought it was about 40-0 at halftime. It should have been about 30-0.
It could have been 24-0. The couple of tries they bombed. The Broncos were just bombing tries. But
missed the target and bombed the church.
I'll tell you right now, though, if there's a best team from the 40th minute mark, like straight after halftime to the 50th minute mark, if there is a best team over those 10 minutes, it is the Rabbitohs.
It is.
Because last week against Manly and this week against Broncos, 2 tries, come out after halftime, fire and bang, bang, couple of tries. Kyle messaged me and goes, how they're still in this? This could be dangerous. Like, they've just come back like that. And I said, nah, they did the same thing last week and then they crumbled. And they did it again. They come out after halftime fire and then they get to the 50th minute mark and everyone goes, job done.
Man.
Latrell, poor.
Just all, like, the
only
entire
thing worse
South
than
team.
Latrell's game was his post-game interview, dropping all those F-bombs.
And I think the coach too, like, they can't put Murray on the... It's like Broncos with Carrigan. They can't afford to put these guys on the edges and just... They can't do that, so that's just really bad.
Well, the word's out. They've dropped Ilias,
Yeah, it's coming
I
out.
thought for
coming out
White,
hot.
but they've it's
They
for
got
some
another
other
young fella, Dean
Yeah.
Hawkins, who looks really good, but putting him in the fire as well, it's tough.
I'm sorry, but Cody Walker's looked just as bad this
Oh,
year.
Cody Walker's been horrible.
Like, I'm gonna just watch me words because we're versing South
Oh,
this
yeah.
week. So
Rabbit's Turn it on.
they're gonna make me look like an absolute dickhead.
I've got Latrell going to the bin for at least 10 minutes for doing something
Boy,
dumb.
Tane Millen straight in the bin.
Radley's
Him and Radley.
so good.
Oh, Tane Mill, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, South is another one for me.
I can't wait to see Wyden, though, play for him. I just like Wyden.
I'm gonna
It might not make a difference, but we'll see.
overrated.
Okay, we're done with negatives. Let's
Righto,
go
to
positive.
round
Let's
out the
finish it
round.
up. Let's finish it
To
positive.
round out the round,
Are we at that time or we just got to get it done? Yeah, okay.
we've only got one more thing to do.
I got another positive. My weird positive.
No, you just
Winners.
told him to...
I said get all the negatives,
Hurry the
get them
fuck
all
up.
out of there.
What did you go? What's your...
My weird one, okay. It's just I just want to mention two teams here that are
So two positives.
two
Yeah.
teams that lost this week, but I think are still in the winners brackets, and that's Parramatta Eels and the New Zealand Warriors. They both had really close losses, but I think they're still playing really, really well. Especially Parramatta, like a lot of teams didn't even have them making the top 8, but I think they're 2 games this season so far. They show they're a top 8 team, and I think it's really good for them. I think Lussick is showing that he can be that hooker they need to win, and all their forwards are playing well and stuff like that. And yeah, they lost their winger in the first minute, and it was a big.
Centre.
No, winger.
Was it a winger?
Yeah, Simonson.
It was-
Oh, I
Because
thought
Morgan
it was
Harper had
centres.
to go to the wing.
Oh,
but yeah,
that's
they
right.
lost him the first minute, and the fucking
Simonson,
Panthers
yeah.
kept going that edge, and they still only lost by 6 or 8 points. So I think really good.
8 because they didn't make the line.
Then the Warriors, I think they're playing really good, and they lost somehow to the Storm. And like I said, 2 tries in the last 4 minutes, just scenes. But they're just looking really good as a team. RCS is bringing so much to the team. Metcalf looks like he's made that jump, and he's looking like he's going to be a gun.
Re-signing this week too.
I think Tuapiki's playing really good for them, but you can just tell they're missing the extra things that Chance does for the team, that little bit more silkiness, a little bit more control. So yeah, unfortunately for my super coach, I think as soon as Chance is, he'll be straight back in that team. But yeah, I think, yeah, like I said, those 2 teams, even though they lost, I think they're still playing really well, and I think they're both going to win more games than they lose this week. So yeah,
This week.
this season.
just
So a
this
little
week.
shout out there.
Just this week. I suppose the Warriors technically would win more games this week.
But yeah. So yeah, that was all I wanted to mention. 2 more teams. Anything else there?
Thanks,
quickly?
Nah, mate.
No, we're good.
No.
Okay, let's wrap it up, boys. Let's get to our Friday night Dally M MVP vote of the week. I think we're all going to have the same number 3. I'm just think we will.
You reckon?
But
Yeah,
my number
we might do.
one this week is Izack Yeo, the lock for Penrith Panthers.
Hey,
Ooh,
hello.
we got to double up.
We got a double. I've also gone as IEO. He had himself a fucking game.
He had a ripper of a game, just done his job, but then that kick, he looked like
He's like, oi,
Nathan Cleary.
he's like, oi, Nathan, watch this.
Yeah, look, notice how
Put
like
it on a dime.
how stiff it was though. You could tell it was like a set, like this is how I practice at training.
Yeah,
like everything was so
100%.
straight, everything was just drop ball on foot, kick through. But God, he put it on.
But
a
he
dime.
also put in a whole 80 minutes. He played the whole game, 100 meters plus, 40 post contacts, tackle break, line break, just killed it. Filled up the tackle sheet, 48 tackles, 1 miss. He just done the job, and he just shows that he is a gun. So yeah, 1.4 Izack for me and Kyle.
Yeah, well, for me, I wanted to give a little bit of love to the losing team in this one. Put a good effort in, the big fella. I'm going to lock on the other team in Jermaine Hopgood. I've given him a point. He had a red hot game. He got himself a try, not a try assist. He done himself 45 tackles as well. Just had a red hot crack, you know. Only 132 metres, but got himself an offload, line break, try. I thought in a losing team, he was really trying, really
I hate that
battling
he's a
through the middle.
Queenslander. I hate it.
How good?
Fucking
How?
Oh,
Fucking
where are
good.
New South Wales going to put him in our team, mate?
Yeah, you
Some-
flat out.
Yeah,
even
we probably
picked
would.
the
Yeah,
best
you're
people
right.
from
It'd
your
be one of
state.
those guys we wouldn't even pick.
You
Nah.
can't even pick Olakawatu.
Would probably,
Oh, yeah.
Would probably put him in the fucking centres.
Round 2 points. 2 points for me. I'm jumping over to that other game, and I'm giving it to Teague Wilton from the Sharks. He was
Ooh.
fire.
I wouldn't have expected that.
His lines were just fucking wild. He could have scored 3 or 4
They were
tries.
fat lines.
Fat lines.
But he did knock over for 1 try. He had a try assist, 120 run meters, 7 tackle breaks, which is hot. And his defense, like he did make 5 missed tackles, which he needs to get a bit lower, but his defense in a whole is looking so much better. And that was the thing that last year I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to cut it, but he's definitely improved. And him and old mate Hines are just, they're working it out. So 2 points to Teague Wilton for me. Looked really good.
Kyle?
Yeah, mate. So same team,
Here we go.
different player.
Sucking dicks.
I'm not going him. So I've gone Sophia Talakai. I thought he had himself a red hot game. As Jake mentioned, for another player, Yo, Talakai also played the full 80, which is just red hot that. Got himself a try assist, 150 metres gained, 55 of them post contact, just busting tackles left, right and centre out on that left edge. And then a line break, 3 line break assists, couple of offloads, just doing it all in an attack from down that left side. Made Nico Hines look real good.
Well, I'm gonna roll with you down that same side, and I'm going out to the winger. Yeah, I'm going another winger. I went a winger last week. I'm gonna go a winger this week. I've gone Mulatalo. You know what I mean? He's got himself a try assist. He's gone for 200. He's cracked the 200 in the run meters. He's got himself 61 post contacts, 5 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks. Just had himself a game.
Had himself a game.
So I just give a little bit of love to the wingers.
Love it. Okay, now we're going 3 points for the My Delium Friday night player, and it has to be, boys. Has to be what's his name? Tago. I can't remember his first name right now. I don't want to get it wrong.
Izack.
Yeah. Why was I saying Isaiah? The other dude.
I thought you were going to say Isaiah Yo. I was like, what? You just give him points, didn't you?
Izack Tago. Let's run through his stats because they're fucking wild. 1 try, 1 try assist, 250 meters.
245.
I rounded
Come on,
up.
mate.
Come on, calm down. 9 tackle breaks.
That's hectic.
6 line breaks. That's
6
more line
line
breaks
breaks
than teams making a game. And he made it by himself. Wow. 1 offload, 14 tackles, 1 missed tackle. Wild. He did make 4 errors, but it doesn't matter. It's because he was just running holes, running gaps. And Tago, 3 points.
I'm with you, mate. He honestly just capitalised on what he needed to, really. Like when you've got Morgan Harper, who's the second row centre out on your wing, and then you've got a full-blown second row at centre.
And a benchy who's not used to playing.
Yeah, I was like,
as
soon as that happened, I was like,
the minutes.
The fact that Parramatta even stayed close in this game, I've got no idea how. But Izack Tago just had himself an absolute game and just did what he probably did a bit more than what he should have, but because they are still professional footballers. But red hot to trot.
Yeah, well, I don't want to feel like I'm following you, Pear, but that's who I've gotten as well.
Full 9 points for the boy.
Tago.
Yeah, it's hot.
Tago, a ripping and a tearing.
Full 9er. Goes straight to the top of the leaderboard.
Beautiful. So there's our Dally M votes for the Friday night football. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a lovely day.
Stay filthy.
Get a dog up here.
Fuck.